At first glance, Layla and Majnun appears to belong to another world, a world of deserts, caravans, ancient tribes, and forgotten empires, a world far removed from our own. Or is it? Today, humanity is more connected than ever before. We carry entire networks in our pockets. We communicate instantly across continents. We are surrounded by information, surrounded by voices, surrounded by images, and yet many people have never felt more alone. Perhaps that is why stories like Layla and Majnun endure, because beneath its historical setting lies something timeless, the human desire to be understood, to be seen, and to be loved, not partially, not conditionally, but completely. Majnun is often remembered as a lover driven to madness, but modern audiences may recognize something else within him: isolation, obsession, the feeling of becoming disconnected from the world around us, the sense that no one truly understands what is happening inside our minds. These are not ancient emotions. They are profoundly modern ones. In many ways, Majnun becomes an outsider. Society sees him as broken, unreasonable, lost. Yet from his perspective, it is the world that has lost its way. He refuses to compromise what he feels. He refuses to reduce love to convenience. He refuses to accept a life that feels spiritually empty. And in that refusal, he becomes both tragic and heroic. Modern audiences encounter similar struggles every day: the pressure to conform, the pressure to succeed, the pressure to fit into systems that often leave little room for authenticity. Many people spend years searching for meaning, searching for connection, searching for something that feels real. Majnun's journey reflects that search. But there is another reason this story continues to resonate: Layla herself. Far too often, popular retellings reduce her to a distant object of affection. Yet the deeper tradition reveals something more complex. Layla is not merely a person. She is also an idea, a symbol, a horizon that can never quite be reached, the embodiment of longing itself. And everyone has their own Layla, a dream, a purpose, a calling, something beautiful that remains just beyond reach. Perhaps that is why the story feels so personal, even centuries later. Because most people have loved something they could not possess: a person, a future, a memory, a version of themselves they hoped to become. In this sense, Layla and Majnun is not only about romance, it is about desire, transformation, and sacrifice. It asks a difficult question: what happens when longing changes us? What happens when the thing we seek becomes part of our identity? And what remains when the search itself becomes the destination? These questions are as relevant today as they were 1,000 years ago. Perhaps even more so, because modern life offers endless distractions. Yet meaning remains elusive, connection remains fragile, and the search continues. This is why Layla and Majnun still matters. Not because it belongs to the past, but because it speaks directly to the present. Its setting may be ancient, its language may be poetic, but its heart remains unmistakably human. And that brings us to the next question. If this timeless story were brought to the screen today, what would it look like? What would it feel like? And how could cinema capture both the beauty and the mystery of its world? In our next chapter, we begin imagining a future film adaptation of Layla and Majnun.